Hi. Today we're talking about going to a restaurant and how to talk with your waiter or waitress. Let's look at some of the grammar here. Good evening. Welcome to Delicious Bites. This is a present tense. Our menu indicates allergens. This sentence, our menu is the subject. Indicates is the verb, and allergens is the object. In English, all sentences have a subject and a verb, and they have a complete idea. Our chefs are trained to accommodate dietary restrictions. Now, you can argue whether or not this is a simple present tense. If you say that trained is an adjective that describes the chefs, then it's a simple present tense. If you say the trained is the past participle, then this is a present passive sentence. But so you could argue either way. Our chefs are trained to accommodate dietary restrictions. Modal verbs. Can you help me with that? So notice with the modal verbs, and I look at the contextualized grammar as an opportunity to review what you probably already know. There are other videos that go deep dives into these tenses and these different grammatical concepts. So this is just a quick remember this kind of a part of the lesson. Can you help me with that? Can is your modal verb. Help is your base verb. With modal verbs, you always have the modal and then the base. We can guide you to dishes that don't contain nuts or shellfish. We can guide. There's your modal and then your base. Now, over here in this subordinate clause, we have that don't contain. The that is your subject here, referring to dishes. Don't contain, you have a negative present simple. So that's what's happening here. Conditional sentence. If you're looking for something lighter, you might consider our appetizers. Now, I want you to notice that when you do this, you're looking for something lighter is a complete sentence. You might consider our appetizers is also a complete sentence. We are showing relationship with this if then scenario, okay? And that is why we put two ideas together, is because they have a relationship with each other. Notice, but I want you to be very clear that each sentence, each clause is one idea. And then we can add other ideas around it with words like if, or because, or that. Our portions are designed to be satisfying, but if you're looking for something lighter, when we want to compare things, we usually put an ER on the end of an adjective. Light, lighter. Okay? If you want something lighter, and then they go on to say, try this other thing. And it's lighter than the whatever's heavy. I'm allergic to nuts and shellfish. To nuts. The to is your preposition. I'd like to try something different from the menu. Okay, so this to is not a preposition. How do I know? I know that this is not a preposition because it's in front of a verb, try. That makes this to try an infinitive. This is a verb plus infinitive construct. But over here we have from the menu. From is our preposition. But up here, this to is a preposition. It's showing the relationship between the allergies and the nuts. Okay? So this is sometimes when we learn a new language, we get one idea in our head that this is what this word is. But to is not always a preposition. Our function words change jobs depending on how they are used. So it's very important to see the words that are around the word that we might be trying to figure out. Next, we have imperative sentences. Take your time. Enjoy your meal. These are sentences, but you don't see a subject. The subject is you. And this is a directive. We are telling you what to do. Take your time. Enjoy your meal. Imperative sentences are the only time that we drop the you or the subject from an English sentence. In other languages, people drop their subjects a lot. But in English, we only drop them for imperative sentences when we're telling someone to do something. Gerunds and infinitives. So remember I said the to was an infinitive over here. I'd like to try. That's your infinitive. A gerund is not even here. They don't have an example of a gerund. But if I say a gerund might look something like this. I like trying different foods. Okay? I like trying. Now the trying is a noun. It's a special kind of noun that we call a gerund. Not all times that we have ing is it part of a verb. This time it's a noun. And that can be kind of difficult to figure out. So right now, just pay attention to it and see if it has. Now, if I change this sentence to this, she is trying different foods. Now it's the verb, is trying. You see, a verb always has to have the be with the ing. But a gerund will not have the be. That's how you can tell. All right, phrasal verbs. I've changed my mind. We change our mind. Phrasal verbs are very idiomatic. We go with the chicken Alfredo. That doesn't mean I'm going to the movies and the chicken Alfredo is my date. That's also a way of saying I go with this person. But I'll go with the chicken Alfredo means I'm going to try the chicken Alfredo. I've changed my mind is to change your mind is, I don't think it's really a phrasal verb. I think it's an idiomatic expression. If you change it up, it's a phrasal verb. But to go with, because with is a preposition, go with now becomes a new verb and it means to try. So with phrasal verbs, what you have to look for is the meaning and what does it mean. I'll go with, or I'll try it. Maybe or to choose. Maybe that's a better meaning. I choose. I go with. Okay. What was the other one? We have a lot of them and we use them all the time, but they have idiomatic meanings. So it's best to learn them like they're new vocabulary words. The vocabulary word is not go, it's go with. Okay. Causative verbs. I'll make sure to note that. Questions. How may I help you today? Is there anything else I can assist you with? We could also, let's look at some other questions. Okay. We might also have the question, are you ready to order? Are you ready to order? And we might also ask, do you have any questions? Okay, let's look at these different questions. How may I help you today? Here we have a modal verb. The modal goes in front of the subject, and then the base verb goes after the subject. Is there anything else I can assist you with? Is there anything else? We put the be verb in front. And be verb is weird. Whenever you use it, it's just going to be strange. So with the be verb, we don't have a base verb. Is there anything else? And then we have a second part of this sentence, I can assist you with. Can assist. You could cut this, is there anything else, out completely and just say, can I assist you with ... Okay. Are you ready to order? Are you, same as is there. Are you ready to order? The be verb, that's the only verb you need. And do you have any questions? You have questions. Do you have any questions? Present simple without the be verb, use the do for your auxiliary verb. And we have one more modal example. Would you recommend something? Would plus the base verb.